So, the 5th year of CE3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we get a bunch of new viewers each year.
Even viewers that don't know about Custom Edition.
What if we have new viewers that don't know much about CE?
Well, somewhere near the beginning of the show, we're going to have to tell the viewers what Custom Edition is.
Like that it's a version of a popular first-person shooter Halo for PCs, and users can use the tools that its makers Bungie used to create their own levels.
And how modders came up with advanced tools like OpenSauce to add new features and keep gaming to modern.
Don't forget to say that all you need to do to play a level is to install Halo Custom Edition and download the map file.
We should also mention the tags for individual items modders can put in their levels, like buildings, weapons, and scenery.
That's a lot of explaining to do. Where will we even find time for it?
Maybe we should just leave it out.
Yeah, good idea. We'll find a way to sneak all of that in the show. Right?
Hey guys, show is starting in 1 minute.
Is he drunk?
Whoa, that's right. I gotta get ready for my entrance.
Ah, shit. I still have to think of mine.
Don't worry, got you covered.
Welcome everyone to the 5th annual Halo CE3 2014 Live. Stay tuned throughout the entire show to see many upcoming and developing projects in the Halo Custom Edition community. But first, please welcome the crew that put this show together. First onto the stage is the director and editor himself, Matthew Dratt.
Nailed it.
Next up is your favorite and most incredible host ever, Slow Bullet. Also, welcome to the stage, M16 Assault, Renegade 343, and Kozaku.
Sentinels again. Seriously?
Yeah, after last year, I figured out how helpful they are.
Hello everyone, I'm Slow Bullet, the host of CE3.
And I'm Matthew Drack, your host and director.
I'm M16 Assault, the guy bringing you the show and animating for you.
And I'm Renegade, your stage designer.
I'm Kozaku, tonight's assistant director and VFX lead.
And I'm Brian Cox, the epic voice announcer.
If you're new with us this year, CE3 is a little show we do every year to show off everything that the Halo Custom Edition community has been up to.
Remember, some projects are still big works in progress, and things can change drastically.
Also, don't forget to drop into our server after the show to play the showcase maps. You can download them right now, or on our website if you haven't already.
We will also be giving out prizes throughout the show as well.
If you see the skull, remember what section it is, and then email us at prize@haloce3.com. You will have a few hours after the show ends to do so. Remember to mark what section it is when you see it.
To keep you around for the next hour, we'll start off with multiplayer like usual.
Get ready for multiplayer maps. Coming up next, demos. Check out Showcase later.
To start off multiplayer this year, let's take a look at a mid-size outdoor level from Elite and Benji mod.
That was a really good map in development.
Now we have an updated version of Asylum by Spartan 2507. The newer version features better shaders and updates to the overall map.
It looks exactly like Reach. It's amazing.
Next up, it's a map in a very similar style to Halo's first campaign level, Pillar of Autumn. Say hello to Gridiron.
Now, if you remember last year's after show server, Jesse and Salamander worked on a little Forge-friendly map we like to call Boundary. The next multiplayer map up is one of the first to take advantage of its movable scenery files. It's the Forge map amplified in Custom Edition.
This map was originally designed for MLG players in Halo 3, so the map is mainly BR gameplay.
But Jesse is also working on a brand new multiplayer map. It is still early in production, but the pit is being brought to Custom Edition.
Much like Foundry, Jesse is focusing on making the recreation of the map as similar to Halo 3 as possible.
This is probably the closest thing to Halo 3 on PC as you're gonna get.
But that isn't the only Halo 3 map getting made for CE. Killzone 64 is also working on getting Rat's Nest into CE.
It, once again, is an early work in progress, but a lot of the main stuff for the map is complete. Much like other Halo 3 maps so far, it's a remake focused on getting as much detail as possible as right.
This map is 6 times over the polygon limit for Halo's engine. It's a huge challenge due to the extreme amount of everything in this map.
There are 181 shaders in this map, and an extreme amount of instance geometry. It is Killzone's first BSP he's ever in-gamed, and making this will help him with custom BSP in the future. If you want to help him, check out our post-show for contact details.
Now up, say hello to Halo Revolution. Some maps which you've already seen with updated textures, graphics, and of course a brand new balanced gameplay style. The gameplay was built to be balanced, and as you can see, it has a very great graphical update, such as shaders and Battle Creek that have been updated to make them actually look wet like it's raining.
Now, up it's Aliva.
It's very pink. Check it out.
Now, one last map to finish off multiplayer. It's Clearing Ground by Crypt.
Check out the trailer for it. Well, that wraps up multiplayer.
Demos start now, followed by Showcase, and later, Machinimas.
You can't have multiplayer maps without having the tags that make them work.
Here in the demo section, we'll show you all the different guns, vehicles, and more that people have come up with this past year.
Once they release them, you can use these tags to help spice up your maps.
Let's check out a trailer for our first demo. Every map needs those tags.
Let's move on. Saving Private Mike. We are here with
Saving Private Mike.
All right, Mike, you've been on our show before. What have you got this year?
This year I'm bringing some tags. I've been here twice and I haven't released anything, so this is my first time actually releasing something. I'm going to be releasing the F-18 Hornet that I've been working on. Be great for multiplayer. I managed to balance it out for multiplayer play so it's not OP. I'm releasing the Marine Animated Spartans. I just re-rigged them with the Marine Bones so they can work with AI animations and stuff. I'm also releasing an OS version of the Halo 3 Covenant Cruiser and an OS Reach Pelican with the actual interior and custom animations. I'm going to announce a Star Wars mod I'm going to be working on. I haven't really started it yet, but I have concepted it and everything. And I'm reviving the Halo Effect project.
Well, I am going to download them all and put them into Blood Gulch after the show.
They're already in Blood
Don't make fun of me.
The next demo is quite self-explanatory, but SS Flanker has updated his fire effect to be plasma-based, giving a nice blue color to it.
Firebend.
We also have the M134 Vulcan minigun by LSP Raven.
Bullet, stop! Stop it!
Sorry. I'm bad at aiming. You should see me in multiplayer.
I missed last year when I wasn't in so much pain.
I think it might have been something with the auto-aim. Should I turn it off?
No, please, let's just move on.
Now onto the stage. Please welcome Moose Guy.
And we are here with...
Moose Guy.
And what do you have for CE3 this year?
Alright, so I have the Universal UI update number 1.
Alright, so what is the Universal UI update number 1?
The Universal UI is a custom main menu for Halo Custom Edition that lets you load whatever you want, whether it be single player, multiplayer, or firefight. And this update allows you to load a couple new maps as well as improves the features that it already has and just tweaks some of the interface elements.
Any new music?
Actually, yes, good thing you brought that up. The update number 1 includes new custom music because some people don't really like the classic music that was included in the original.
Are there going to be any changes to the graphics?
Possibly. Me and Chocolate Thunder are actually getting together and working on modernizing the actual buttons, the backgrounds, things like that to make it a little more clean.
Well, I think that's it then. Now, let's show everyone your trailer. The demos don't stop. So now, please welcome BKMT onto the stage. And we are here with...
VKMT.
Right. What are you guys about? What does VKMT do?
It's a mapping team formed in April. We're still kind of new and we don't have a lot to show, and this is our first CE3, but we're a mapping team. We mainly do single player stuff, kind of like NP, and occasionally we'll do something multiplayer.
Alright. I noticed whenever you gave us the list before you came on the show that you're working on a map called Firefight Cairo. Can you explain anything about that?
So far we have a script done. Everything seems to be working well. We had to go through some debugging, but it's going well. It should be complete by the end of July, so that's right.
Maybe early August.
Alright, also we noticed that you had some Halo 4 tags you're working on?
Yep. This was one of the first projects we started on. It was mainly started because most of the people that joined were working on Halo 4 tags and they looked really good, so we decided that we would all work together on it. And that's how it all started.
Are you guys just doing like pretty much everything in Halo 4, or are you guys focusing on like certain tags?
We plan to do all the multiplayer Spartan armors, a few, not like everything in single player, but a few select stuff. The tag set is mainly just dedicated to multiplayer.
I guess that is it. Thank you for being here.
Sounds awesome. Let's take a look at your trailer, and thanks for being here.
Now up onto the stage, someone who has an entire map dedicated to him. And we are here with
Killer 5000!
Whoa.
Awesome. We've never heard his voice before. This is actually really exciting. Anyway, what do you have for us this year?
Bit of a thing I started when I was just bored to death. Like some sort of Half-Life 2 Halo project. Trying to make a team, just what I list out that I'm trying to collect people. Some kind of custom campaign, Half-Life 2 tech.
What kind of things are in this?
Basically every character from Half-Life with a mix of random dead Halo character Easter eggs. Expect some Halo Reach characters dead sometime. But at the moment, there are a few tags done. Or kind of. At the moment it's just bipeds, but then it's going to be some vehicles and weapons and, you know.
I actually like the animations, so did you actually have to make those animations yourself, or were you able to rip them and put them in game?
Well, importing them is actually a bit of a tough process since you've got to redo some of the movement animations. At the moment, the Zombine is going to get a little bit of a fix-up because it's using player physics at the moment, just for test purposes. But then I'm actually going to cut it off that and make it actually run like a proper AI. Most animations are imported from Half-Life, but the custom ones are mainly the overlays and the defs, which I haven't put much work in the defs yet, but overlays, everyone knows how to do them. Check my YouTube for updates.
Alright, you've heard him. I must ask, was that map dedicated to you, an exact replica of your life?
No, it was actually just a joke map. Second, I actually never got the press from any of those stuff. All I did is just start laughing about everyone on Halo maps more on this. Yeah, the truth is, I'm not really affected much, I just lol at everyone.
Well, on our stage, you're a cool guy.
I got one last word because this is what
okay.
I have to do this.
Okay.
Halo 2 Marine animations, please.
Okay, well, and we are going on with the rest of the show. Now for demos, another weapon tag. It's George's turret from Halo Reach.
By Spartan 314. Don't do it. Well, to close up the demo section, please welcome onto the stage Kirby.
Why?
So what have you brought to C3 this year?
Well, various things from script things that go along with their tags as usual. That single player stuff, the Halo 2 single player project. One map, the end plan is going to be co-op at this time though until the next version of OS is publicly released. It will be single player however. A little demo map for the old Mammoth that I had set up a while ago. But we'll talk more about that later. And applications and Mac scripts just for converting things over to Halo quicker from 3D Max.
Alright, well you have some grenades. You have two different types of grenades, a remote control plane and a portal grenade. You want to talk about some of these?
The remote control grenades, you throw the grenade, you can control around wherever it goes and explode it when you're done. Then there'll be portal grenades, similar to the Portal games. Your red and your blue can go back and forth between them.
So you can essentially like throw these grenades at people and they'll teleport them?
Yes, you can force people back into your base, or have one person run out to the front lines and throw the grenade at the enemy base, and poof, everyone in your base is now brought to the enemy base.
So any updates on the Halo 2 single player project?
Yeah, so to my knowledge, I'm the only one left of the group.
the Halo 2 E3 stuff. The level that they had cut, BSB work should be good. Shaders definitely need to be vamped up and definitely need to get some of the scenery looking better, but most of the level is complete and stuff, gameplay wise. And then there's also the Halo 2 main menu. It'll have support for co-op, however, at this point, the game itself does not support multiple controllers. You'll have to wait to see whether the Halo anti-cheat or open source will at some point enable multiple controllers. If they do, you will already have the main menu in your hands that will accept that.
You're just waiting for technology to advance to your level. And you also have some Left 4 Dead project?
Yeah, the first level, the C1M1 _ hotel initial plans, so that versus mode where one side is the zombies and one side's the humans. However, at this time there'll be a single player release for this, and instead of zombies it'll be blood and stuff, so instead of the tank coming along it'll be the juggernaut. And
anyway, you're also working on the Mammoth as well.
Yeah, so back on April Fool's Day I released the one video of the Mammoth. I had taken it down because I wanted people to react for April Fool's Day, whether I was trying to trick the word, but nobody had any response. It was extremely disappointing. But anyways, now I'm going to have an SP level just to use the Mammoth and get the tags out there or something. You'll be able to play the SP map as either the human side or the Covenant side. In the Covenant side, you'll have your Scarab, human side, you'll have your Mammoth. The point will be just to get rid of the other side's mobile base, their Mammoth or their Scarab. There'll be objectives around the map, like Forerunner artifacts to power up your base or whatever. So really, you could just spend the entire level telling your giant vehicle to go shoot the other one.
Well, here's just a fun one. Out of everything that you've done ever, what is your favorite?
Obviously my display biped. Look at this fabulous body.
We have been here with Kirby. So, any final closing thoughts? And goodbye.
Well, that's all for demos. Let's move on.
Coming up, Showcase. Once we're back, machinimas, as well as community applications.
Now up is Showcase. All of these maps right now are available to download on our website. Just go to the website and click on the server tab.
Then join us after the show to play these maps with us. Starting off, we have the map Church.
Guess what? It's a church. Pray to God. Or John Lex.
So if you've ever been bored in church, well, now you get to kill people in church.
Halo, Star Wars.
This is literally Halo and Star Wars combined.
As seen in CE3 2012 and 13.
So it's making its debut by coming back this year in Showcase. Z Sanctuary.
It's the Halo 2 Sanctuary, except in Custom Edition from Z Team.
It's basically an exact copy of Halo 2.
Z Coagulated Blood Gulch.
Z Coagulation. It's once again another Halo 2 port brought to us by Halo PC.
Thank you, Z Team.
MPG-3 Vestigial.
From the community mapping team, that's CMT, the old CMT, we have Vestigial as seen in C3 2010. Insomnia.
Brought to you by a French guy, so if you're playing the map and wonder why everything's in French, it's because it's in French.
And not Spanish, it's French.
There's also a secret room with porn.
TLMP Snow Trap.
This is basically Sand Trap, but with snow.
Whoa, it's like bringing the Halo 3 maps to custom. Oh my gosh.
I owned you. TLMP Station Omega.
It's the pit in custom edition, but, customly made.
Oh yes, definitely. It's exciting. The TLMP maps are worth a download. Go download them.
A Query Final.
This is brought to you by Hi Guy, and once again, Hi Guy is an amazing mapper.
Lake Lemuria. Hey, everyone loves that, right?
Hydraulis.
It's a map where you can go on a boat and skim across the water.
There's also jetpacks.
Oh yeah, fly across
You never
the
go wrong
map.
with jetpacks.
Cliffhanging.
This was seen in CE3 2013, actually.
Oh yeah, and now we can play it after the show.
It's a very fun multiplayer map. Very fun indeed.
Mystic.
Mystic is actually a Legend of Zelda map, believe it or not.
I never knew that until now, but hey,
Yep.
it's also a really pretty map, so go play
And
it.
it has motorcycles with guns. Halo 3 Foundry.
Hey, it's a Foundry from Halo 3 from Jesse and D. Sally.
It's basically Halo 3 and Halo PC. It's the closest we're ever going to get.
Big ass.
And this is basically big ass. If you saw Halo CE3 2013, this is an incredible map.
So
And we'll be
I'm
able
sure
to
you've
play
probably played it.
Yo-Yo Rast Island.
It's a huge map, great for vehicles and warthogs, and I'm sure you've probably played it because it is the most downloaded map in the top.
PC Raceway CE3 edition.
It's a new version, so you have to download the new version for C3, find it on our server page, and it's focused on race.
So that has been showcased.
And we'll see you in the next section.
Machinima is online now. Applications are up next. And then, single-player maps.
If you've seen C3 before, you probably recognize this machinima.
And this year, they're back and they brought another trailer. Let's take a look.
Like a bad foot fungus, they keep coming back. Hog Derby Duels returns after a 2.5-year hiatus with new and improved episodes and shorts. In the upcoming story arc, for episodes 7 to 9, our Hug Fighters will continue to battle with the Duels tournament while risking imprisonment by facing off against military police. New characters, new battles, and new adventures are just ahead in the brand new story arc, Hog Derby Duels, Death Island Battles. Wasn't that worth it?
You are charged with the possession of warthogs, reckless endangerment of others, and driving of military vehicles without a license. You are all going to prison.
Hey, you guys okay in there?
In addition, experience even more Hog Derby than ever before in the spin-off series Hog Derby Disasters from Not So Great Entertainment.
I challenge you to a Hog Derby duel.
Did you just stutter?
Hey, I have a speech impediment, okay?
Now, please welcome the Hog Derby crew onto the stage.
We're here with
The
This is Darius West and some of the Hog Derby Rules crew. We got Carso from Not So Great Entertainment, Matt, who's our current editor, Steven, who's one of our voice actors.
So what have you brought to C3 this year?
We've brought Hog Derby Duels once again. This time we're advertising the new episodes that are coming out, and also the new spin-off series and the shorts.
Can you guys, each one of you, kind of explain like what you do and help out with Darius here with Hog Derby Duels?
Well, I've been working with Hog Derby Productions for a long time now. I don't even
5 years.
Know how many years. 5 years, has it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of working with writing, video editing, doing some camera work, just kind of all around stuff.
Also, his studio, Not So Great Entertainment, is pretty much handling everything for Hog Derby Disasters and the special Good Ice Hunting.
So I am the voice actor of Wiz, the nerdy person of the crew that slowly went from a higher character of a nerd to not still kind of nerdy, but not as nosely and whiny.
You're a voice actor, so what do we have for Matt? What do you do?
You can't actually see anything that I've done. I edited episode 5, and I guess episode 6 is sort of in the pipeline right now. Beyond that, it's mostly just Darius sends me music piece he's been working on, and I say, yeah, sounds good. I don't know, bounce ideas off him about like creating 2 filming teams or how to like fix the production pipeline in general. But mostly just stupid ideas.
I guess that's all we have time for.
Okay.
So we will be going on with the rest of the show. Thank you for coming.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Yep, no problem.
Now, we've all seen some creative videos using guns, sounds, and music. And that's what gaming YouTuber Taiwan123 did for C3 today. Check it out.
Awesome. Now up is a teaser for Vintage. It follows a brand new user as he gets to know the game and community we all love.
Newbie 96, I know it's a hard thing to do, but you must bring down Alex, so I can lay down the
I voiced the response sound.
This game is so epic! There's like lots of fun game types on here. Slayer, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, Race. This should be a good game.
Next, from our good friend Storm and Blackbird, here's a trailer for their new machinima.
days are over. Parad, Para. New Para.
It's a full Halo recreation of Tom Clancy's Cold War movie, The Hunt for Red October, so check it out. You can find out more information about the creators on our website.
Now up, it's a very special interview. He's a commentator on YouTube and has been covering a lot about Custom Edition. Please welcome Wang Time to the stage.
And we are here with a very special guest.
I wouldn't call myself special. My name is Wang Time. I am a Halo YouTuber, or just a YouTuber that does Halo. And I recently moved on to Halo Custom Edition, like on the PC and stuff, and that's kind of attracted the visions of all these guys. So, and here I am on CE3, I guess. Hello.
Hello. So what exactly introduced you to Custom Edition?
Well, to be honest, I've been playing Halo on PC, just like randomly, like maybe if I'm just sitting inside on my sofa on my laptop, just playing it randomly. But I never really played any mods until I saw one of my friends playing one. I was like, what's this? He's like, it's Halo CE. And I was like, I wasn't aware of the amount of stuff that the community has made for Halo Custom Edition.
And then what got you into making videos?
Well, the first time I actually started making videos was maybe when I was about 15, maybe 4. Actually, no, wait. I'd say about 13 years old. So that was 7 years ago. And it was actually inspired by Machinima. I've been watching Red vs Blue, and I saw their Machinima stuff in Halo 3. And I finally got an Xbox, and I started recording these really bad videos. So it's Red vs Blue Machinima. I just thought, well, I want to do stuff like this. And I picked it up, and I just kind of started doing it. And for my first commentary, it was really weird. I scripted a live commentary. I had no idea what I was doing. So I scripted this live commentary for a tutorial on how to get the anti-aircraft rafe on Halo 3's mission. I can't remember what the mission's called, but there's anti-air rafes. I did a tutorial on how to get in it. And I scripted like, like stuff like that when I shoot guns. It was so bad. But I guess, well, that's just part of being the naivety of being a content producer, I guess, and that's really where I started. So from Rooster Teeth Machinimas is where I started mainly.
So as a Halo fanboy, whenever you first started making videos, did you ever think that you were going to actually like interview people that actually worked with the Halo games?
Oh no way. When I met Jeff Steitzer, it was like one of the best moments of my life. I was like, all these famous YouTubers, right? They've met all these people in person, but I've never had that luxury to go to a big event or anything like that. So, and I've never met anyone famous. Yeah, he was the first proper famous person I'd met, and I'd heard this guy's voice a million times. I was absolutely starstruck, and I just sat there like after. I was like, did that really just happen? I've been listening to this guy for years, and I just... and then again with Tim Davidow, the voice of 343 Guilty Spark. I mean, such a down-to-earth guy. And I'm just like, and he said this to me like after our interview. It's like, did you ever see yourself doing this? I was like, mate, honestly, I still can't quite believe I've done it. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of like an outer world experience, meeting someone, but I've never really, that's the extent of my meeting famous people for me.
Since you've been doing a lot of custom edition lately, what is your favorite custom edition thing?
That is this really tough call, to be honest.
You don't have to say takedown because I'm here.
I do like takedown. Okay, it's in my top 3. Okay, my top 3 are the Dratz campaigns, the Lumoria campaign, and the SPV V3.
Is there really anything else you want to say?
Well, yes. I really, really am excited to see what's coming out of Halo Custom Edition. So I can't wait till actually this show comes out so I can see this kind of stuff. I don't really care about my interview because I don't want to see it. So I'll skip through that. For one, I don't like hearing my own voice until I'm like more interested about Halo stuff. And good luck to all the people that are featuring on this show, the other content producers and YouTubers and big game maker developers. That's the word. It's really cool to see your stuff on this thing.
And just one last thing. What is your YouTube channel for people who may not know?
My YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/user/Wang Time, but there's an E. No, instead of the E, there's a 3, so it's Wang Tim 3. Don't call me Wang Tim though, that really annoys me. Hello, Wang Tim!
Alright, and see you later. Bye.
Yeah,
All
right. Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
Yep, thanks.
And that's it for Machinima.
Applications are up next.
We're going to take a brief break from custom edition content for about 4 minutes. So if you need to use the bathroom, get a snack or whatever, you won't miss anything CE related.
But stick around if you want to hear more about other Halo related programs. To start off, please welcome the Installation 01 team to the stage. And on stage right now we have
the Chunkier Bean.
And I'm Church.
Alright, so what is Installation 01?
So the goal for Installation 01 was, well, Bean's initial goal, and then we sort of improved upon it in every way, shape, and form. But the original goal for Installation 01 was to essentially replicate the classic Halo 3 multiplayer, except bringing it to PC. Since then, it has evolved into something, I guess, a little bit different. It's basically our goal is to bring an updated Halo game to the PC with stunning visuals that can still run on most machines, at least. Yeah, it's been 6 months, and y'all may be wondering, why do you have jack shit to show for 6 months of work?
Yeah.
And, well, we've encountered quite a few pitfalls in the development process of Installation 01.
But it came to the point where we need to realize that, okay, look, we need to make a game, but in order to make this game, we have to know how it works. And to know how it works, we need to make our own custom code. Which led to the quest of coders. Now that was what probably took 6 months.
Alright, and thank you for being here.
But they are not the only custom edition creators who have been working on bigger things. Check out the trailer for Glassed.
To be sorry.
And now back to Custom Edition. But before we get to single player, let's introduce a special guest to CE3. After 5 whole years, we have finally had this honor of talking to one of Custom Edition's most important and helpful men ever. He's hosted a little website in his spare time for 10 years and moderated what's now the hub for everything CE related. If you are a big part of the Halo Custom Edition community, you probably know him more than anyone else, and he's done so much to keep it going. Please welcome, for the first time ever onto the CE3 stage, the host of the Halo Maps website, Dennis.
Thank you for having me, Matt. You know, I always wondered what it would look like to be inside a video game. It's pretty cool.
So, Dennis, you are the one and only operator of Halo Maps, which you also started up back in 2004. Since then, you've made your website the first place people look at as soon as you mention Halo Custom Edition.
Well, actually, it was the users that made the website popular. I'm just an old-time gamer that runs a website design and hosting company.
Well then, what gave you the idea to start Halo Maps?
Well, I really fell in love with the Halo game. And then when Gearbox released Custom Edition, just the idea of having all these custom maps I thought was a really cool idea. But every time I tried to find a map, the website that I used to get it from would be down. So my nephew, who likes to play the game, he sent me an email and asked me if I would start a website to have a place for the maps. That's basically how it started.
So, then what made you decide to keep it going?
Well, the Custom Edition game was released unsupported, and I knew that if there was going to be any chance for longevity or popularity, there'd have to be a stable website for people to get the maps at. So when I started it, I committed for the long haul.
Even after 10 years, we still have thousands of players in this game, and of course you have a really unique perspective on how big the community actually is. Do you know how much the site has grown over the years, like numbers for example?
Oh, I can bore you with numbers, that's easy. For example, there's over 6,000 files in the archive. There's over 2,000 of them that are custom maps. The Halo Custom Edition game itself has been downloaded across all languages over 1.5 million times, and the editing kit over 350,000 times. Overall, people have downloaded over 29 million files from the archive, and we've consumed over 1,200 terabytes, yes, terabytes, of bandwidth.
How does it feel to be in such an important role in this community?
That's just it. I'm really not that important. I'm just an archivist. It's the people who make the maps and the tags and play the game. They're the ones that are important.
Now, this community has had its ups and downs, and sometimes more creative projects are here. Other times, it doesn't really seem like much is happening. Have you ever thought the community was going to die off in popularity?
Well, the Halo Custom Edition community was always small in comparison to the overall Halo community. But to me, it really wasn't about the popularity, but about the dedication of the people who were in it. And believe me, as long as there's people who want to get files and want to create maps, I'll keep this website running.
Now, let's talk about something a little bit more fun. Have you ever tried to make a complete custom map yourself?
Well, actually I did. Then I realized I'd have to learn how to do 3D modeling, and I didn't really have time to learn it. So I played around with the editing kit and learned about tags and the structures.
So, do you have any favorite maps projects that you've played throughout the years?
Oh, there's been a lot of maps that I loved over the years. I mean, one of the things that drew me to Halo was the outdoor environments and these big, expansive areas. I mean, that was new at the time that the game came out.
Well, do you have any specific favorites?
Well, it's so hard to choose because there's so many great maps out there. But for me, I think the ones I had the most fun on were playing Capture the Flag on Siege, Worn-Torn Cove, and New Mombasa.
Are there any other websites or anything on Halo Maps you wish you could make but you just don't have the time or resource for?
I really do wish I had the time to redesign the whole site and update the look. But you never know what's coming down the road.
Well, we have to thank you a lot for coming and talking with us today.
Well, Matt, I was glad I could be here. So, do I get to shoot something now, or maybe blow something up?
Don't encourage him. Let's just move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, your real favorite section is finally here. Say hello to Singleplayer!
Ladies and gentlemen, Single-Player Maps!
Last year we saw a little teaser trailer from a work in progress. We didn't know what to make of it from such little footage, but we're proud to say there's more this year. Please welcome Spiral on the stage as we take a look at this trailer.
This is the true face of heresy, one who would subvert our faith and incite rebellion against the High Council.
Our prophets are false. Open your eyes, my brothers. They would use the faith of our forefathers to bring ruin to us all.
This heretic, and those who follow him, must be silenced.
Their slander offends all who walk the path.
I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter. Ask the Oracle about Halo, how they would sacrifice us all for nothing. How did the prophets buy your loyalty? Was a new command? A new fleet? Or was it the promise? Their great journey? And now where are these gods the prophets would have us worship? Let me show you where they went. The elites are blind, but I will make them see.
And we are here with
Spiral. Hi.
Hi.
This year I brought you guys a custom campaign. I call it Heretic Hunt.
So what is this all about?
Well, this project campaign takes place during the Halo 2 event with the Heretics. This event is wonderful and not expanded on at all in Halo 2, so I decided to do it myself. What I'm trying to do is explore both the views of the Heretic and the Covenant.
We saw in the video that there were new encounters. Are these encounters like canonly in place here?
The encounters, I tried to fit Halo's story as best I can. There are some made up things, but it shouldn't interfere too much with the actual Halo story.
So I noticed that there's some new weapons. Can you tell us what these weapons are and what they do exactly?
Well, these weapons, I try to match the Halo look as much as possible, and they're to complement the fact that most of the human weapons will be missing, because this is Heretics versus Flood versus Covenant throughout the entire campaign.
I am very excited to play this map whenever it gets released.
I'm kind of excited about those jackals that kind of like run at you. I haven't seen anything like that in Custom Edition.
Oh yes, those jackals are wielding a brute machete. I saw the machete in a Halo comic while looking through Google for inspiration, and having assassin jackals be pretty neat, so I did that. Animated myself.
Nice, they look really good.
So far what I like is gluing other assets to Halo 2 assets. It's really fun having like Halo 3 helmets on the Halo 2 elites. I fix up the shader so it looks like it belongs in Halo 2 as well. It's fun seeing things that could have been but was never put in.
What open source features are in this map?
So far all I have is sprint, jetpack, and boosting for vehicles, all of which are still being worked on. They have their flaws. I'm also planning, hopefully, drones. I've seen them work with Kirby and all that, and maybe AIs on elevators or like a scarab. Probably not a scarab, but a vehicle that is moving. I'm thinking of implementing dual wielding. I have the tags, the animation skills, the modeling skills to do that, but I do not have the scripting skills at all.
So I must ask the question that most likely everyone is thinking when they're watching this. Do you have a release date in mind or a release period?
No.
And there we have it.
Yep, no. You got rejected. All of you probably right now asking no.
I believe that's it.
Alright, and we're going on with the rest of the show.
Next up for single player, let's take a look at Neeks by Hobbit 360. It's a custom campaign that takes place between the events of Halo 3 and 4.
Ivan to Stalker. We are within proximity to the site. Burke is scanning for them now.
You're breaking up. Ivan, move!
Last year at CE3, we saw the release of Takedown Project Lawson. Lawson took our protagonist Karner on a mission to discover a Forerunner weapon, but unfortunately there was some trouble along the way. Let's take a look at Takedown Extermination as Lawson and Karner try to reach the weapon.
Alright, we're starting things off right now with some Takedown Extermination.
Yep, this is the final Takedown map that I'm working on.
Well, I noticed in Lawson we had a huge enemy. I was wondering if maybe we might have a kind of like a boss battle like in this campaign, maybe?
Well, in Project Lawson there was quite a few different scripted events is what I like to call them, so there'll definitely still be some in Extermination, but I'm not showing any just yet. Yeah, right now we're going to move on to one of the later encounters in Rally Point Bravo, and this is near the middle, near the endish kind of, but it's one of the bigger vehicle encounters in Takedown Extermination. Oh, there goes Lawson.
Yeah, just jumps right off.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. No, Lawson doesn't care.
The fall damage in this has been really reduced from Project Lawson. People are complaining about it so much in Project Lawson, so it's pretty much non-existent, but if you do fall off a cliff, you will still die. It just has to be a very big cliff.
That cliff wasn't very big, though.
Well, I mean...
Just saying.
If you look to the waterfall on the other side, I'm sure you'll see it around here. It goes down a bit further. If you jump over there, that will kill you.
Oh, okay.
So
since we have new BSP, what else do we have that's new to Extermination that we did not have in Lawson?
Well, it's all being built with open source, and so you're going to see more OS shaders. Not everything right now is running on OS shaders, but I hope to get everything running on OS shaders. There's going to be some OS-specific scripts, and you'll see some of that later. Whoop. And here's one of the OS features. It's a fully functional man cannon that actually works. Kirby wrote the script for me, and unlike most man cannons that use damage effects and it just flings you everywhere, this will work every time.
So what makes this one different? Does it have a certain feature that causes it not to fling you in certain directions?
It uses math in the scripts to essentially launch the player in a direction. So math is better than random damage.
Oh yeah. Math always solves problems, but creates multiple
if you know
ones.
how to do it. So yeah, this is just a little tease out of 8 rally points. 6 will have playability in them. So
then the first one, I'm guessing, apparently doesn't, and the last one maybe, or maybe like a middle one.
Yep, Takedown Extermination is essentially being split into 2 parts. You'll understand why there's going to be a middle one where you can just go around and talk. It's not just added in just because of the heck of it. And so, yeah, it's essentially just you go around and talk to people. So there's going to be 2 of those rally points and then 6 gameplay ones.
Now my curious question is right here. Where does LarsM go?
He's actually right there.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was just wondering because I noticed that like this warthog comes with like 2 people in it. It's like, oh, well, I guess LarsM will just stay behind, even though he's like the leader of the group.
Nah, we're trying to get into the structure. In Project LarsM, you figured out where the weapon is, and this is the location. It's inside the structure, so you need to go in there and find the weapon.
So this is why it's like kind of like this huge, massive fight going on. There's something worth fighting for in this structure.
Yep, and this being the 2nd rally point out of 8, clearly things probably won't go as planned. So if you just need to go grab a weapon, you know, hopefully I don't spend 8 rally points trying to do that.
Now, if there's going to be 8 rally points, does that mean like if you pick up a weapon in this rally point and they move on to the next one, will you lose all your weapons and they'll start you off with different weapon sets and stuff?
There will be loadouts at the beginning of acceptable rally points, but unlike Project LarsM where each rally point was just jumped to, you know, halfway in the map, each rally point here is a completely separate section. So you saw in the opening shots that there was a snow place. That's a completely separate rally point. And so each rally point has its own unique style.
So this one is actually going to feel like maybe a fully functional game with like 8 different levels.
They're kind of short levels, if you want to go that.
Well,
each rally point will be about 15 to 30 minutes, hopefully. So
kind of looking at it at an indie game retrospective of Halo.
Kinda, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be a long campaign level that will feel like an actual full extent game. So it looks like we finally made it into the structure, ready to go. Gonna get the weapon.
Oh yeah.
Exciting.
Still lots to do, so hopefully I get more done.
Excellent work! we have much to do. I'm glad this isn't my facility. Good, but there's still much more to do.
Portent 2 is back, and is better than ever.
With me now on board. But that's still not all I'm working on. Check out something I'm proud to say is real and I'm actually doing.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. But you had something they didn't. Can you guess? Luck. Was I wrong?
The brutes love easy prey. We should not linger.
First squad, you're my scouts. Move out, quiet as you can. Best get moving, Chief. Up and over, Chief. Bravo team, this is Johnson. We got him. Fall back to the extraction point. Over.
Roger that. Reynolds out.
That sounded close.
Yeah, too close.
Johnson, you be advised. Hostiles are on the move. I've got eyes on a brute. Over. Say again, Gunny. You're breaking up.
Sergeant Major, Phantom inbound.
We stick together and we're gonna get spotted. Let's split up. Meet back at the LZ. Chief, go with the Arbiter. Head toward the river. Second squad, you're with me. Keep an eye out for the Bravo team, Chief. If the brutes do have our scent, those boys are in a lot of trouble.
Up ahead. Single brute, plus backup.
Sacrifice me to complete your mission? Could you watch me die?
Now, please welcome our very own M16 Assault onto the stage to show off his own single-player map.
And we are here with
M16 Assault. This year, I brought a single-player map. It's called OSS, which is actually short for Operation Super Surprise. The reason I made this map actually was my friend's birthday was coming up, and I decided it'd be nice to give her something special as a birthday present. So I'm like, hey, since I can do stuff in Halo, why not make a Halo map with all of her stuff that she likes? So that ended up happening.
So what makes this different than other single players?
First of all, unlike a lot of single player maps, it's actually completely custom VSB. I actually had help from Peril doing it, though he's a butt. There's full voice acting. I actually put first-person animations in this one, which is cool. I animated the camera for the scenes as well, which is fun. Along with just the map, I'm not only releasing the map, I'm going to be releasing all the assets used in the map, which include a bunch of things from Halo Region 3.
Are you gonna put what you've learned to any new projects?
Maybe. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to be doing next, so there's that.
So what's your favorite part that you've gotten through this project?
There's an encounter on the outside as soon as you exit some sort of, I think, tunnel, I made it, or a cave. And basically, you get a sniper rifle up there immediately, which was supposed to have an animation for it, but it broke. But once you get there, there's a bunch of enemies on the ground, and there's actually like cover that you can use, but most people would just like shoot right through with the sniper, which I do a lot. But the way I have it set up is really fun because it looks like an actual engagement rather than just some random placement of AI. You look, I have a few grunts on gun turrets, I have some guys lined up against the wall sleeping, I have guys patrolling left and right, which is really cool because they actually followed the commands I gave them, which is a first for me. It's never happened before. And that, I honestly have to say, is my favorite part because I am a sniper by heart, and that just happened to work out for me.
Well, that sounds like it's it.
That's all I got. So we will be moving on with the rest of the show then.
Alright.
Thank you for being here.
I'm going to go back to my animation booth.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Get back up there and keep animating us. And now, a new single-player project coming to Custom Edition.
Jesus. Thanks for the help. This bastard's destroyed our hog. Killed my men right quick. We need to get the hell out of here. Not yet. touching down on the bridge. Just got a wraith.
Wow, that was amazing. Let's welcome the creator, Killa for the win, to the stage.
And we are here today with
Killa for the win.
And what are you doing at CE3 this year?
I am presenting a gameplay demonstration of Halo Composition.
So, what is Halo Composition?
Halo Composition follows 2 Spartan 4s, and the whole game revolves around your UNSC frigate, the Heaven Century. Every level starts at the Heaven Century, and every level ends at the Heaven Century, so it's kind of like a hub. Basically, it's 2 years after Halo 3, after Spartan Assault, so they know the Covenant are back, but they don't know exactly what happened to them after Halo Spartan Assault. So there's this other UNSC colony, and there's this base, the first mission, that loses contact with the rest of the, UNSC fleet. They send in a squad of Marines in to investigate what happened, and then they don't hear from the squad of Marines. So they send in 2 Spartans, which are you and your ally, and you go in there and basically discover, the Covenant are in this base, and they're around the area. They have jammers. That's basically the whole first mission. After that, it's just pretty much a full-scale invasion, and then eventually you'll be taken to Installation 03, where you find the composer and you have to secure it to the UNSC Infinity, and hopefully Tilson will make an appearance.
Thank you, Killa, for that.
Now up, Halo X. It's a campaign map that feels a lot like a first-person Halo Wars. With large-scale battles and tons of troops, the map is still a work in progress, but looks great.
Now, another project you've probably seen in the past, but this time extremely updated, the strategy game variant by NP Mapping Team. It's of course a map where you can go around and control your units. It's still a big work in progress, so not much to update here, but the project is still alive and is still working better than ever. If you played the older version, you'll be happy to know that this is completely different and completely new, and it has a ton of new features which you'll see.
Next up, a special firefight map that will take a map you already know and love, but just wait until we completely turn the table on you. Take a look. That's right, the much requested flood firefight in Descent is actually here.
And moving on, I'm sure you've heard of at least one mapping team and one of their famous projects.
And now, please welcome back Masters 1337 of the custom mapping team onto the stage.
Hello.
Hey everyone.
What is Singleplayer version 3 for the newcomers?
It's our third revision at the original campaign. You know, in 2005, we kind of had this idea of re-releasing the campaign, you know, with updated visuals and updated weapons and stuff, and features from the later Halo games. And then, you know, a few years later, we went to go do a second version, which never really materialized. And now we're almost done with our third revision, which we think is really the definitive Halo experience for the Halo 1 campaign. We're focusing right now on just releasing the first 5 missions, Pillar of Autumn, Halo, Truth and Reconciliation, our own new take on the Silent Cartographer Evolved, and Assault in the Control Room. And then we're going to do everything that introduces the Flood to the end of the game, plus an extra bonus mission, which will be released hopefully sometime next year, if everything goes according to plan.
What do we have for the new AI? Have you added any new ones?
Well, we have
the skirmishers, which were shown, and we have the brutes, and the brutes come in 3 variants. We have the naked brutes, which are based off the Halo Reach design and gameplay. Then you have power armor brutes, which use the stalker helmet. They're really neat. I actually almost enjoy fighting them more than elites. They have an energy shield that recharges twice as quickly as the elite, but isn't quite as strong. But once you deplete the shield, instead of being able to just like shoot them in the head, they have their power armor, and you have to destroy the power armor, otherwise the shields can come back. So it's like a 3-step process: strip the shield, strip the armor, and then, you know, kill the brute either with body shots or a headshot. And then the last one would be our chieftains, which have an energy shield that reflects all ballistic weaponry. So it forces you to have to use a combination of weapons or grenades in order to pierce the shield and take off the helmet and then shoot them in the head. And you can kill them through, you know, regular automatic fire too, but that's not really ideal.
Now, most of the levels for SPU3 are getting extensions. Are there some levels that may not get extensions too?
Yeah, Truth and Reconciliation isn't getting an extension. Keys isn't getting an extension. They just have just the way the original levels were designed, you just don't have a good way to loop stuff in. But everything else is getting an extension or a remake in the case of Silent Cartographer.
I noticed in the campaign layout that there was another difficulty setting called Noble. What is that?
You know, we put gameplay at a pretty high priority for us. You know, and I've always been one of those people who always has felt, you know, the proper Halo experiences on Legendary, that's when you really, you know, have to, you know, learn the sandbox and master the weapons. We kind of looked at the easy difficulty in one of the in-game files, and we're like, well, why don't we like make the jump from there's a big jump from normal to heroic, and then heroic to legendary. Why don't we make there be a jump from legendary to easy and rename easy a new difficulty? So with noble, you have less enemies just because, you know, on easier difficulties there's less enemies. That's something we can't really change. But, you know, in terms of AI and you know, behaviors and the multipliers that get applied to all the tags, you know, for each difficulty. You know, we made the same jump from heroic to legendary, from legendary to easy, and we call it noble. And it's pretty tough.
So is there anyone that you want to thank, like, who helps you a lot with your team?
Oh man, that's a long list. I mean, mainly working on the SPV3 section, you know, we have Kirby, who's, you know, done a ton of stuff. We have Bob, Jesse's been helping a lot lately. Matt, you've helped us with some B40 stuff, so thanks for that. The Lag is still a genius who's done a lot of stuff that's really helped, you know, us take this to the next level. Ifudafi's really done a great job with the effects, you know, and Silicon has been really good with working on B30E. You know, the entire level is incredible. Also, Alexis has been a huge help. She's really done some amazing shader work that's really like transformed this. So I mean, we had to give a shout out to Cornman and Firescythe for all their OS work. I could go on for a while. You know, everyone on the team has been really important to making this, you know, a reality.
Thank you, Masters, for being here. And now let's take a look at the trailer.
Well, everyone, that's it for tonight's show.
Thank you all for joining us for another year of CE3.
Be sure to check out our other show, Halo Maps Update, for your updates on content from the Halo Custom Edition community.
And be sure to join the post-show game server to play the maps that you just saw on the show. You can find all the maps and the server info on our website under the server section.
If you don't have Halo Custom Edition yet, check out our website. We'll show you how to get everything you need to enjoy what you just saw.
Before we sign off, a huge thank you to everyone who's making new content for Custom Edition this past year, and everyone who's played it making it meaningful.
This community and this show would have never been possible without your commitment and hard work.
And we hope you'll keep enjoying our show and what this community still has to offer.
Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you on our server and on next year's show.
I'm Matthew Dratt.
I'm Slow Bullet.
And I'm Brian Cox.
I'm M16 Assault.
Renegade 343.
And Kozuko.
And that was CE3 2014 Live.
Here we go again! One other night of being bombed. I keep to myself, avoid the sign, and cancel plans with everyone I know. Crisis is how it always ends. Our bond will break 'cause you can't relate to anyone, to anything at all. You want your worst and I'm right here. It's never been so quick. You're not the person that I knew back then. It's all too late to set things straight 'cause everything has been. You're not the person that I knew back then. Let's try and act like this didn't happen. Follow your friends like you ever had them.
Matt Dratt was a cool guy.